It's January 2020. Let's start streaming what's new. Readers, as of right now, there are 4 streaming platforms trying to get your attention with mainstream shows and movies, along with original content that are exclusive to them. So here are the ones for each of them I think are worth your time. Let's start off with Netflix, with what I'm pretty sure is the most talked about exclusive that's premiering in January, the second half of the final season of BoJack Horseman. I've only seen the first 3 seasons of the show so far, and while I'm sure my own opinions about BoJack as a character differ from the audience the show targets, I'd be lying if I said that this show didn't do a good job at shining a light on topics like depression. If you are like me and are kinda turned off by BoJack the character, I definitely recommend it for the rest of the cast alone. They help make the show as great as it is, and I hope the finale sends them off in a satisfying way. Part 3 of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina will also be premiering in January, for those of you like me who have seen the first 2 and are absolutely stoked to watch the third. But for those of you who haven't seen it and are going into it for the first time, let me be the one to warn you that this is in no way similar to the Melissa Joan Hart one you grew up with. If you're uncomfortable with horrific images and Satanism, you probably want to avoid this. Grace and Frankie Season 6 premieres this month, and I absolutely love this show. The main premise, in case you've never seen it before, surrounds the antics of 2 women after their husbands left them for each other. If you're fans of James L. Brooks' style comedy antics like I am and have a Netflix account, I definitely recommend you give it a watch. And if you're a fan of Adult Swim's Children's Hospital, then first off, congratulations, you clearly have a stronger tolerance for Adult Swim's live action shit than I do. And secondly, it has a spin-off in the Netflix original series, Medical Police. Doctors Owen Maestro and Lola Spratt are back, but are no longer working for Children's Hospital, but instead for the Center of Disease Control and Prevention in order to stop the spread of a deadly virus. I want to take a wild guess and say that if you enjoyed Children's Hospital, then you're probably going to like this? I don't know, this one's kind of up in the air with me. There will also be tons of non-exclusive movies available on Netflix over the course of January. The ones I recommend being the first 2 live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies, Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers and Return of the King, Kill Bill Volumes 1 and 2, Inception, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and Pan's Labyrinth. Now on to Hulu, where 2 original series will be premiering in January. The first season of the family show Endlings will be airing on Hulu. It's about 4 foster kids who come across an alien who's trying to rescue endangered species all across the galaxy, who looks to be on the run from an intergalactic organization of some sort. Bits of it definitely reminds me of Animorphs, both the books and the show, from watching the trailer, but more aimed at children. But it looks like a fun, kid-friendly show regardless. All the episodes are going to be available on January 17th, so if you know if your kid or your inner kid at heart would dig this, then definitely give this a shot. The second season of Shrill starts airing January 24th. It's about this woman named Annie who's trying to get a sense of ownership in her life. And as someone who's never seen the show before and only the trailer for season 2, it looks like Insecure, but for big white women? Which, if that's the tone that you were going for, then you hit every beat, I assure you. But it does look pretty fun for a comedy series aimed for adults in their late 20s and older. Might be worth a watch if you have nothing else to do or if you've never seen the show before. There are also non-exclusive movies that'll be making their way to Hulu this month, including the space horror schlock film Dracula 3000 and a bunch of OG Star Trek movies. I'm talking the motion picture, Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, The Final Frontier, The Undiscovered Country, and the Next Generation movie Insurrection. Others I recommend you catch are Conan the Barbarian, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, all 4 Lethal Weapon movies, No Country for Old Men, Mel Brooks' Spaceballs, Quentin Tarantino's Jackie Brown, Forrest Gump, Peter Jackson's King Kong, and Eddie Murphy's A Vampire in Brooklyn. A lot of stand-up specials are exclusively premiering on Amazon Prime this month. Jade Adams has one, Russell Peters has one, and even Rob Delaney has one. But the one I'm personally looking forward to is Alana Glazer's of Broad City fame and her special, The Planet is Burning, which is out now. Troop Zero is a Prime original movie starring Viola Davis and McKenna Grace. It tells the story of a girl named Christmas Flint who puts together a Girl Scout troop of other weird and eccentric girls like her in order to participate in the talent show to win a trip to NASA. I know, but this takes place in 1977. Nickelodeon wasn't around to send kids to space camp yet. Honestly, just from watching this trailer, this looks like a pretty heartfelt and endearing coming-of-age movie. I also like the message that the trailer says that the movie has, so I'll probably be catching this when it's released on January 17th. Amazon Prime will also have all of the same Star Trek movies available as Hulu for this month, so take that into whatever consideration you have. They'll even be streaming Dracula 3000 and Conan the Barbarian, also like Hulu. But they'll also be streaming the American movie remake of the 1985 BBC series Edge of Darkness starring Mel Gibson, Guy Ritchie's first Sherlock Holmes movie, as well as The Goonies and Midsommar. Disney Plus, it's a bit tricky. There aren't any premieres for their original content happening in January, but at least 6 of their original series are getting new episodes over the course of this month. Those include The World According to Jeff Goldblum, Marvel's Hero Project, One Day at Disney, Encore, Forky Asks a Question, and High School Musical, the series. But what's most important are the Disney properties that will be hitting the service in January, including Guy Ritchie's Aladdin, Holes, the complete series of the Proud Family currently airing, and the complete series of Austin and Ally, just to name a few. But readers, I know that what I just listed over the course of everything coming out on all 4 of these platforms are exactly that. A few. So your homework assignment for the day is to write in the comment section below any exclusives or original series that are premiering in January for Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, or Disney Plus that I may have missed. Or if you feel like sharing with the rest of the class, which ones out of the ones that I mentioned you're mostly hyped for. Whichever one you decide to answer, I'd love to know your thoughts. If you want to help financially support the channel, you can join my Patreon by clicking the card at the end of the video or in the link in the description down below, where you can also find a link to my merchandise store. Or if you prefer to give a one-time donation, you can find links to my PayPal and my Ko-fi page in the description box as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday. But until then, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.